And this piece is called Timeless, speaking of energy. And it represents the idea that love is an energy and it's a sort of immovable energy. It exists eternally. It doesn't change. It doesn't change regardless of your gender, your age, your body type, whatever. You don't age out of love. And these two figures represent that sort of the timeless love. This piece it has a lesbian couple, but it also represents any couple, any relationship that has that endless connection, that sort of immortal connection. And so that's what that piece is about. And over here, I have a painting that I did, probably about 10, 12 years ago as well. And this is called Real Fiction, and it was a fun piece. My son is actually the subject here, and he is a bookworm, as you can guess. And he used to sit on this couch, this blue couch that we had, and he'd get so absorbed in his books. He's a writer too, so that's kind of his world. And so that's where the idea for this came from. And there had been a bunch of photographs up in the back on the wall, and I just thought about all of it coming alive. Like when you're reading a book, you're immersed in it, and for you at that time, you're there. And so that's what this is about, is stepping out of this realm and into that realm, into the world of literature, and where anything is possible. And so, that's what the floor has turned into water, and there's fish. That is my dog who's passed, but at the time, that's where she used to lay all the time. When he would read, she was sitting there with him. And so that's what some of these characters are, like my cat. And they represent the idea that a lot of people have photographs, family photographs, things like that on their wall. And that, when you're sort of in this mental space that reality is suspended, or what we call reality, material reality is suspended, you're not far from those ancestors who have passed, or, living in realms where fish and water can just be there, mermaids can exist. Books and literature really remove those boundaries that sort of hold us prisoner a lot. Moving from that one to this actually is sort of a similar concept. This is a painting called The Healers. This is based on a real couple, and they are healers. They live over in Belchertown, and they have a practice there. They're extremely talented people, but not only do they use actual, physical medicine in their healing, they're intuitive healers as well. And I was really struck by their energy, not only their healing energy that they use for their patients, but also their connection with each other. And they have such a beautiful connection. You can just see them work together. When they're working, they don't even have to talk. It's very internal, very intuitive. And so the painting I did of them, their house doesn't look like this. It's more set in this. The setting is like a medieval, made-up setting. They're in a modern world, but I thought it would be fun to put a medieval setting, because I feel like their practice is something that sort of existed always. We've had healers from ancient times, and I think we lost sight of it for a little while, and we're starting to get it back again. So these people are practicing their healing, their work. They've got their medicines, their herbal medicines that they're working on and building, and these spirits in the background are sort of passing on knowledge to them. And I kind of, in my imagination, thought of them working and as this sort of ancient knowledge just being imparted to them. And you can see them even when you have a question, they'll kind of stop and feel the answer rather than, read it or say it or something like that. So this is the image I came up with around them.